Hey everybody! So this video is going to be a little bit more on the Galactic Center. I just want to start this out by saying that I am not an expert on the Galactic Center. Neither is Natalie. This is literally just tossing ideas out about it. Wanting to learn with you all too. I mean, if y'all have any ideas on this, let us know, leave them in the comments, whatever. We'd love to hear your opinions and your thoughts on this. Any ideas that you might have, theories or whatever. I don't care how weird they are. They can be weird as shit. Because the Galactic Center is kind of a weird place. So, yeah, we'd love to hear them. And also, I want to say thank you to everybody, again, that has participated in the research. Recently, there have been a few more people that have wanted to be a part of the research. Thank you so much. We're still compiling research, and we're still coming up with ideas because there has been more interest in this than what we originally anticipated. So, but we appreciate it. So thank you so much for having an interest and sharing your stuff with us. We appreciate it. And if anybody else wants to be a part of the research, it is not too late. It's never too late. Shoot us a comment or an email or whatever, and I'll get you hooked up with that questionnaire if you would like to do it. Okay, so Natalie found this video. I will link it to this. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description and you can just click the link. If you're watching on Instagram is weird about links. I don't really understand what the hell that's all about, but I'll put the link in the description to this video, and you can copy and paste it. I don't know why they've got to be so weird about links. Anyway, it is a video about a star getting sucked into the Galactic Center. And I gotta be honest, it gave me some like goosebumps when I was watching it, because I was thinking to myself, holy shit, is this what happens in a natal chart when a planet is conjunct the Galactic Center? Is this what happens? And while I realize, the natal chart is static, and a planet's not actually getting spaghettified. But just the idea of something being so close to this in the natal chart, and then seeing this video of this happening to the star, and thinking, holy shit, is this what happens? Is this what happens to these planets that happen to be conjunct the Galactic Center? Definitely check it out. If you have planets conjunct the Galactic Center, definitely check it out. See if it gives you goosebumps too. But it did make me think about the spaghettification process, and it did make me think about exactly what happens. I'm still not totally sure. Neither is she, right? But neither is Natalie. But I was also thinking about the sort of conjunction, right? You can have an applying conjunction or a separating conjunction, or an exact, right, to the Galactic Center. But I was thinking about the motion. You've got applying. Okay, like I'll use myself as an example. I have Venus and Uranus. They're both at 25, 40 Sagittarius. And the Galactic Center when I was born was at 26 something Sagittarius. So they're within like a degree of the Galactic Center. But it's applying, right? They're both direct. Both planets are direct. So it's an applying conjunction. If both of my planets were at, say, 28 degrees Sagittarius, it would be a separating conjunction to the Galactic Center. So I'm watching this happen, right, with this star in this video, and I start thinking about the type of conjunctions that you can have. And I had this thought that, like, okay, in applying conjunction, it's like being in the process of being sucked in. And depending on how close it is, it might already be sucked in. And then the separating conjunctions are in the process of being spit back out on the other side. That's one way you could think about this. That is if everything is from direct motion. I'm not going to take retrogrades into account for just a second, just direct motion. Retrogrades would change things. So it makes me wonder, people that have something applying to the galactic center from direct motion, it's like they're, and depending on how close it is, it's like they're being sucked in that moment. And then at the moment they were born, right, those planets are being like sucked in. And then, that's probably not the right word to use, but you know what I mean. And then the separating ones, they're like being spit out. They've already gone through the process of change, if that makes sense. Now, if you have a separating conjunction to the galactic center and it's retrograde, let's say you've got Mercury there, but it's retrograde at 28 degrees Sagittarius, it is, even if it's been spit back out, theoretically, it is at the same time being sucked back in. Now, if we're talking about an applying conjunction, where you have where you've got a retrograde planet, say you've got retrograde Mercury there, so it's technically moving away from the galactic center in this case. Depending on how close that retrograde planet might be, would kind of determine whether or not I felt like it was going to get sucked in anyway, even if it was moving away. And I do think that the orb matters here. Now, we cast a really wide net with this. It was really wide. It was 10 degrees applying and separating from the galactic center. It's very wide. I have a feeling the galactic center has an influence, wider, kind of like that, but I don't think that spaghettification and the change of the planets occur. Personally, I don't think it occurs until you have planets conjunct within, like, I almost feel like 5 degrees is too wide. I almost do. And I say that because, and I know I mentioned this in another video, black holes, regular black holes, they suck things out from, they're able to suck things into them from further away. But the tidal force inside the black hole is not as strong. Now, the galactic center is a little different. The force that it uses to suck things in, and I know sucking is not the right way to say this, but you do know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. The force is weaker to bring things to it, but once those things are in it, the force is much stronger. So because it has a weaker force to grab things, if you will, to pull things in, it does seem like that orb of conjunction should be brought in. To me, it does. It seems like it should be brought in. Now, that doesn't mean that things outside of maybe 3 to 5 degrees, and that's kind of in my mind, that's kind of what I think of. I think of a 3 to 5 degree orb when that spaghettification process happens. But I do think that there's something to be said about even planets that are further out, within like that 10 degree window that we had. I think they probably are impacted just because of how big the galactic center is. They probably are, but I don't think the actual spaghettification and the change of the way these planets function really happens until 5 degrees applying or 5 degrees separating. And even that, like I said, that feels a little wide to me too. I would bring that in. I'm playing with it in my mind. Don't hold me to any of this because this is all just ideas, but I'm really thinking 3 to 5 degrees is probably better for the actual changing of the planets to occur, change in the planets and the way they function. I've also, another thing I was thinking about, progressions, right? You can be born with something conjunct the galactic center. Like, let's say within 3 degrees applying, you should progress your chart forward and see what happens. See when that planet progresses to being conjunct the galactic center. And see if you can remember if anything happened at that point in your life. I would be curious to hear about that. That's a question that I wish we put on the questionnaire. But not everybody plays with progressions as much. But if anybody does and is watching this, progress your chart and progress it to when that planet that's conjunct the galactic center actually was exactly conjunct the galactic center. And even shortly after. And I'd be curious if anything happened in your life at that time that stands out. And what that is. If you feel like sharing, might be more private and personal, but I would be curious. Another thing, I've mentioned before that the galactic center is kind of like it's thought of as like a telephone line to the other side or to another dimension or whatever. I think another way to think about it is almost like an antenna. and maybe you attract or receive signals that deal with the planetary energy. Perhaps you emit signals to other people that have to do with that planetary energy. I got to thinking about this. I mentioned I have Venus and Uranus conjunct the galactic center. And my whole life, I've always had people feel very comfortable telling me different sorts of like relationship stuff. Not necessarily like it's about them, not about me. But people have always felt very comfortable doing that. I don't mind that they do, but I've always found that interesting. And I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking, I wonder if I have like this little like weird ass antenna. The Venus and Uranus in my chart are like somehow emitting some kind of a signal that makes people feel comfortable to share that kind of stuff. And I mean, before I started practicing astrology professionally, because I realized that relationship stuff does come up with astrology. I'm talking about with like random people that I'd meet and stuff in real life. And I don't know. Think about it, and think about if the planet that you might have conjunct the galactic center, if you feel like you have some kind of antenna that that somehow attracts energy from that planet into your life, but maybe warps it or changes it a little bit. That seems like that might be possible too. I'd love to hear your experiences with that too. I know Natalie would too. It's just interesting. It's an interesting thing to think about, it being like an antenna, not only a communication tool for other dimensions and the other side, but actually bringing things to you in an actual physical life. So anyway, I'm gonna get going. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can find us at Let's Fuck With Astrology. I am at Saturn Season Astrology on Instagram. Natalie is at Avaternal Astrology on Instagram. If you want to subscribe to us on YouTube, you can go to Let's Fuck With Astrology by searching for that in the YouTube search bar. If you do the Reddit thing, come join us on the subreddit Let's Fuck With Astrology. And if you're interested in the star cards, go to letsfuckwithastrology.com/star-cards. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all later.